Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Theodore Linda. How are you? I just enjoy your poetry so much. How are you? Happy Juneteenth. Happy belated Juneteenth. All right. So we're going to wait for a couple more people. I hope your Saturday's going well. Tell me how your week has gone. How's your Saturday going? Good morning. What a beautiful Saturday morning it is. Good morning, Michelle. How you feeling today? Good morning, Trika. Trika, I know you're at work, so I appreciate you being here today. Good morning, Candace. How's everybody's week going? Happy birthday, Candace. Oh, okay. I got to sing right now. Candace, it's your birthday. Okay. Happy birthday, Candace. Happy birthday, Candace. Happy birthday. Woo! Let's celebrate Candace today. Today is her day. It is her birthday, the day that God decided to put her on this earth, y'all. Good morning, Nell. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you today? Okay, do you hear me now? Okay. Does everybody hear me? Okay. Vanessa, good morning, Vanessa. Oh, you're at Mommy's house. Okay. I'm telling you, that's the best place to be on a Saturday. I know, because I know she got some food in there. I know you're going to be cooking some real good food this Saturday at Mommy's house. Good. I'm glad to see everybody's Saturday is going well. My Saturday is going pretty well. As you can see, do you see something different in my room? Do you see something different in my room? Okay. This tree has been on the floor since Christmas. But then I just purchased, I don't know if you can, this way. I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I go down. I just purchased this little white cabinet thing. And so I put the tree on top of the cabinet, and now it's like the tree is in here. So it might seem a little weird. And for those of you who don't know, good morning, Erica. Good morning, Nidra. Woo, I got my people here. Good morning, y'all. For those of you who don't know, I am a Christmas fanatic, and I usually keep one Christmas tree up all year just to keep my spirits up. And last year, I kept the Christmas tree up in my formal dining room all year. But then I got tired of that. And so I said, well, let me just keep a little one up in my little happy place. So that's why I have this big tree right here. So hello, everyone. All right, we're going to get started. It sounds like we have a quorum here. I hope everybody's doing really well. Like, I really hope you're doing really well. Thank you so much for engaging in the Facebook group. If you are not part of the Facebook group, please join. That is where I send messages, encouragement, inspiring things. I think I put an I am video on there because I was on YouTube, and I know we've been doing I am statements, and I saw a video about I am statements. How fitting, right? So I put that in the Facebook group. So when I see stuff like that, I'm just going to put it in there. And thank you, Cheryl. Yes, hit that like button to let YouTube know this video is worth watching. And Michelle is putting the Facebook group there. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Oh, my sister said, oh, she's not lying. Sis needs Christmas detox. A Christmas tree detox. I know. I'm sorry. It is one of the things I'm obsessed with. This is a good thing to be obsessed with Christmas, right? Oh, and Karen. Good morning, Karen. Karen said she loves that I am video. Okay. All right. Let's get started. I always start with this because these are the chapters in my book. So you all have been with me through 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters. We're on chapter 5. So we talked about envisioning, X Factor, change. Last week we talked about expectations. That was a really good week. And then today we're going to talk about living lovely by learning. And you see here I have the word mentors. So actually, we're going to be talking about learning and mentors today. Learning and mentors, okay? So it's actually today, it's going to be 2 lessons in one. We're going to talk about learning, what that means, and then we're going to talk about mentors. Now, who did their life work? Your life work last week was to think about a reliable person in your life that can be accountable to your goals. And that is your accountability partner. And you were supposed to ask them if they could do it and share your think higher mind map with them and talk about your goals once a month. Okay? Did you pick your person? All right, I would like to know. Tell me who you picked. Now, you don't have to give me their names or anything like that, but did you pick your mom? Did you pick a friend? Trika said, Michelle and I are hers. That's right. Hey, Bev. Good morning, Bev. So glad you made it this morning. So tell me who your accountability partner is. I want to hear who you chose. Who did you choose? Let me know. This is so exciting. And remember, we talked about the criteria of an accountability partner. Somebody who is reliable and trustworthy. Okay? And somebody who's going to be around for a long time. Good morning, Nicole. So glad you made it this morning. And everybody, again, today is Candace's birthday. Please say happy birthday to Candace. Okay, Vanessa and Theodolinda, you all are partners. Yes, that's awesome. And then Nicole said, I've been her partner since 96. That's right. Nicole is my sister. And literally, we went to college together, and she is my line sister. I am a Delta. For those of you who don't know, I am a Delta with Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So Nicole is my sister, and we've known each other for a very long time. And then Karen says her aunt. Okay, Nidra, you say you're still working on who your accountability partner is? Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you had that. Now, I got to confess something. I was supposed to have this finished. I have had such a busy week at work. I was not able to finish, but I did get 2 of my paragraphs done, y'all. I got 2 of my paragraphs done. Who got more than me done? Anybody got more paragraphs than me done on their Think Higher map? Yeah, everybody's still working. Yeah, this is a work in progress. I gave this. I was like, woo, this was a doozy right here, because you had to write all those sentences in each category. So I got 2 done. So continue to work on this. I'm going to continue to work. We're going to be working together. Okay, so let's continue to work on this. And for those of you who don't know what that is, we did a whole lesson on day 5. So just go back to my channel. I have a playlist of all the Success Saturdays on my channel. So you can binge watch all of the Success Saturdays and get all of the lessons. Oh, Karen, woo, you finished yours. Yay! All right, Karen, if you don't mind, take a picture of that. Take a blurry picture or something and put it in the Facebook group so we can see how a finished one looks. Oh, you say you need to make it pretty. Okay, I understand. Us planners, we got to make our stuff look pretty. Yes, I understand. Nicole said you did yours. Okay, Nicole. Yes, if you want to, you don't have to. But if you don't mind, we would love to see how that looks finished. It'll give us some motivation to finish ours. Okay. Last week, I just want to recap last week. Remember, we talked about your future and expectations, and that your expectations, and then Nicole gave me this idea is a bridge to your intentions. Your expectations is a bridge to your intentions, and they predict your future. And you can have fear and heartache with your expectations, with the wrong. And remember, we talked about no or low expectations, or you can have faith and success with the right expectation. And remember, we talked about reality, how a lot of times our reality and our expectations don't line up, but our goal is to get them to line up and become our intention. Okay, so that's just a quick recap of last week. We also talked about the tale of two people. The tale of two people. So in addition to this person who has no vision and this person who has sensory vision, this person had no or low expectations. This person has the right expectations. Today, we're going to talk more about this person over here with no vision having passive learning, and this person over here with sensory vision living life lovely and having proactive learning. So we're going to talk about that. All right. So you can add those to your drawing. All right, we're getting into the lesson now. Please take out your pen and paper. Put an emoji in the chat if you have your pen and paper ready. And while you're getting ready, let me read what's happening in the chat. Oh, Karen said it was hard. Yes. Yeah, that life work was hard. I know it was hard because I didn't even finish myself. That was hard life work, y'all. And then Trika says, yes, remember to subscribe. Thank you, Trika. All right, Erica's ready. She put that emoji in the chat. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Theodore Linda has the emoji in the chat. Thank you. Put that emoji if you're ready to take notes on our new lesson today. All right, let's get started. So in my book, I talk about some things. Now, reading this chapter, I realized that I have to do like an upgrade because some things that I wrote, I wrote this book in 2014 and I was at a different place in my life. So some things I wrote, I don't really agree with now, or I changed. So I realized when I read this chapter, I was like, I need to do like a part 2. But for right now, the general learning is still going to be the same. So we're going to go with that. So in this book, I talk about learning. And I just want to show you, if you have your book, see this this table right here. I talk about the learner of life and the non-learner of life. So if you have your book, just go ahead and read those two really quickly, because that'll give you a gist of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these different types of learning. So in my book, I have 3 types of learning, and I call it the learning progression because you can progress into these. They're not separate or different. Yes, Trika, and you can always watch the playback. So passive learning. In the book, I talk about passive learning as being learning that automatically happens. So passive learning is like you wake up and you learn that it's going to rain all day today. Like, okay, that's passive learning. That is like the learning that hits you in the face, but you don't have to go after it. It's just a learning that as humans, you're at a restaurant and you're observing people. That's passive learning because, you don't need to really do anything. You don't need intention for that. And then passive learning can progress into proactive learning. And in my book, I call it aggressive learning, but I don't think it's aggressive. I just think it's proactive learning where you are intentionally learning something. And that's like going to school. So if you want to go get a degree, you intentionally and proactively do that. If you want to get a certification, you intentionally and proactively do that. If you want to learn more about somebody and you start asking them questions about their life, that's proactive. Okay. It's your intentional act of seeking out learning. Good morning, Crystal. Welcome. And today we're talking about learning and mentoring, okay? And then I call this next type of learning, live life lovely. And that is the learning you do because of love. It is the love of something that gives you the really change in mindset and belief the love of this learning that helps you grow. Okay. So an example of this would be like a game changer, like something that changes your life. Like, I can give you an example for myself. When I was in college, of course, I was proactively learning things in college. But then when I went to college, I was the only one in my family in college. So I felt a little lonely. So I decided to join a sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. And my reason for joining a sorority was that I was yearning to converse with people who was where I was. And so I became part of the sorority. I gained friendships with beautiful women. And through that experience, I learned a lot. Oh my gosh, I learned how to conduct meetings. I learned how to create events. I learned how to volunteer and to create and gather people to do something. And I was really affected by that. I felt really, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt really obligated to do it, but it was all out of love for people. It was out of my love for people. So that's just an example of the living life while learning. It's like it's the love, and that type of learning takes you a long way. It is the game changer. It is the learning that changes your life. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yes, Theodore, Linda, it's like passion. It's that passionate learning. And we're going to talk about that too. Like, what does this learning mean? If you don't feel this about something, you probably don't love it. So you're not passionate about it. Yeah, so it's like you're passionate about it. No matter what happens, you're going to stick with it. It's not something you easily give up on. It's not something you easily give up on. And then if you do that, of course, you'll be successful. Okay, so that's a good introduction. And then I wanted to dive deeper into the Living Life Lovely learning, because it opens your mind, your soul, and your spirit. When you learn from love, it opens your mind, your soul, and your spirit. So these are the bullets that I put in the chapter. One is that it changes your core beliefs and your philosophy about life. It changes your expectations. It changes your intentions. That's that deep learning from love. It sends you in a new direction. It sends you in a direction you never thought you would be going into. That's that type of learning. That's that good type of learning that shifts the course of your trajectory. It just shifts you. And then the love you have for it makes you learn on a new level, and it makes you go to a new level. So that love you have for that thing you're learning takes you to a new level in your life. And lastly, it makes you great. It humbles you, and it pushes you out of your comfort zone. This is not easy learning. This is the hardest type of learning, because it pushes you past your pain, past your preconceived notions, past your past experiences. It takes you out of your comfort zone. So that's that lovely learning that you want to strive for. Now, I thought this would be fun. I went online and I found the different types of learning styles. Now, there are a lot more learning styles than these, but I didn't want to go over all of them today, but there are three main ones. Some people are visual learners, where they like illustrations and graphics and pictures and videos and articles and PowerPoints. They're visual. They have to see. This is me. I'm a visual learner. I have to see. And that's why I teach like this. I teach visually. I always have something visually because I'm a visual learner. Some people like to learn with auditory, one-on-one conversations. They love talking. You ever see people who just love talking? They're probably an auditory learner. Podcasts. They love listening to podcasts, group discussions, and oral presentations. The people who love to sit in church all day and just hear that pastor talk, They're probably auditory learners. And then lastly, kinesthetic. These are people who are hands-on. These are your carpenters and your electricians, and they love using their hands. And they also like role playing, your actors, note taking, and walking meetings. Okay, and not sitting down. They like to walk. They like to be physical. So comment in the chat and tell me, which one are you? Do you think you're mostly visual, auditory, or kinesthetic when it comes to learning? Let me know. And Nidra said, that's me. Which one is you, Nidra? And I know it's a little lag on my part, so I'll wait. Here we go. All right, Adrian. Good morning, Adrian. Adrian is visual. Crystal is visual. Erica said, you know what? I'm both. I like to do both. I'm visual and auditory. Anyone else? What are you? Beb, you're a combination of visual and audio. Okay. Michelle said visual definitely. And then you also have to respect all three of these. Like if I'm a visual learner, I might have to respect that you're auditory when I'm trying to teach you something or share something with you. If I'm an auditory learning, I like to talk. I have to respect that a kinesthetic learner doesn't want to do a lot of talking. They want to do. So you really have to think about, like, what is the learning language of the person you're talking to? It might not be your same learning language. Theodore Linda said visual and kinesthetic. Okay. And guess what? We all have a little bit of all three of these in us. We do, but we have main ones that help us learn better. And then Nidra said you're number 3, kinesthetic. Yes, kinesthetic. Those are active learners. And just to tell you a little statistic, most people in the world are visual. Most children in school, they're visual learners. So just to let you know that. So when you seek out learning in your way. And if you get, for example, if you get some auditory learning, you might want, and you're a visual person, you might want to draw while you're listening. If you're a visual person and you're seeking out auditory learning, just draw while you're listening. So there's different ways that you can work with these. Nidra says visual and kinesthetic. Okay, cool. That was fun. All right. Another thing about learning that I want to talk about, that I talk about in the book, is failure. Failure, the place of failure in learning. Failure has to happen for learning to take place. And I don't think of failure as like a total, like, crashing down to the ground. You don't have to crash down to the ground every time you learn something, but you should feel challenged. You should feel challenged. You should feel a sense of disequilibrium a little bit. That's the type of failure I'm talking about. In fact, I want to change our mindset about what failure is. So I found this beautiful acronym and I want you to write it down. FAIL. Failure always invites learning. Write that down. Failure always invites learning. So see how that changed your mindset? It's not about falling. It's about inviting learning. I wrote this down too. To learn from failure, you must love. To learn from failure, you must love. That means you must love it so much that you're just not going to give up, even if you fail. And you want to take that failure and learn from it and do something differently and move on. Oprah said failure is just something telling you need to move in another direction. But it doesn't mean you are dumb. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you should give up. If you love it, despite failure, you will continue, and you will love beyond your obstacles, and you will persist. Yeah. And that's what Nidra says. What we fear most is failure. Yeah. Yeah. It's just human nature that you just want to do your best. You don't want to fail. You don't want to feel like you disappointed someone or you disappointed yourself. So the best thing to do is change your mindset about failure. Failure is not really failure. It's just a place of learning. And so I put plan to use failure as a teacher. It is a great teacher. Okay. Plan to use failure as your teacher. Don't give up when you fail. Man, I got an F in there. I'm about to drop out. If you're passionate about it and if you love it, you're going to go back and you're going to take the class all over again. It's going to be painful. And you might see that same professor that drove you nuts, but take the class over again because you're determined. I was in this alternative program when I became a principal called New Leaders, and they teach you how to be a principal and they give you a mentor, which we are about to talk about mentoring right now. They give you a mentor. They teach you how to be a principal. And I remember this guy who got in with me. And he was sitting there so high and mighty and just like sure of himself. And he proceeded to tell us that he applied for the program 6 times, y'all. Now, this application process was a doozy. I mean, I applied once and I think if I had to do it again, like I was like, eh. But he took 6 tries to get into this program. And I was like, why in the world would you try to get in here 6 times? I mean, even after the 3rd time, I would have been like, you know what? Because you had to write an essay. You had to go through an excruciating interview process to get it. Like, why would you do that 6 times? And it was his love for what he was really passionate about, what he wanted to do. And failure was not an option for him. I mean, just failure wasn't an option for him. What about you? What about you do you think what failure is just not an option? What do you love to learn so much that failure, you can't give up on it? I mean, you're just not going to give up on it no matter what. I can tell you about me. I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur. All of my friends know I have tried to be an entrepreneur. I consider myself an entrepreneur. Even though I don't have the money that I want yet, but I consider myself an entrepreneur. But I don't really have a corporation. I'm not making this huge amount of money doing it. I've been wanting to do this since I was a little girl. I used to play office when I was in elementary school, like I had my own office, like it was just me. It is something that has been in me and I've been passionate about for a long time. And I have failed a couple times at it. I have tried to start a business like Avon one time. I have tried to start so many things in my life, trying to be an entrepreneur. And, you know, I'm an 8, so I love freedom and I love independence. I'm not where I want to be yet by any long run, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up because it's something I want to continue to learn about. I have a lot of books on it. I read on it. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. So what about you? What about you? What do you want to learn so bad that it doesn't matter how many times you fail at it, you want to keep going? And Bev said she tried Mary Kay. And because you said the word tried, I get, oh, somebody said they tried Avon. Yeah, no, I was trying to do my own Mary Kay and Avon. I was like, forget them, I'm going to do my own. Not. So yeah, that's so funny. And I love Mary Kay and Avon, but I wanted to do my own, but So just don't give up, just keep going. Because failure always invites learning. All right, so we're going to transition now to mentoring. Remember your life work? We had accountability partner. This partner is also going to hold you accountable to finding your mentor. That's another thing. Talk to your accountability partner about somebody or ask them who should be your mentor, or maybe they can be your mentor, because I'm about to explain to you the power of mentoring. But before I do, can anyone tell me this? Is it better to learn from experience or learn from a mentor? What do you think? Is it better to learn from experience, or is it better to learn from a mentor? What do you think? You said the show was awesome, although we got robbed. Oh my God. Oh yeah, the fashion show. Oh. Y'all, I tried to do a fashion show and it went well. I had all these shops. They gave me fashion. I had models. They were selling tickets. I had a venue. That was so much fun until afterwards I had somebody in charge of washing the clothes, and they did not wash the clothes. And all of the clothes got stolen. And that was so devastating to me. I think I laid in my bed for like a week. It was so horrible, y'all. But despite all that, I fell down, but I got back up and I still pursued other things. I don't think I've ever tried to do a fashion show before. I think that was that ran its course, but it did not stop me from trying to become an entrepreneur. See, I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of stories about failure, y'all. If you see somebody successful, ask them how many times they failed. They probably fail more than the average person. And let's see what's happening. Experience will make you a good mentor. That is very true. And then Erica, Karen, and Cheryl said, and Trika said both. Okay, both are equally important. Theodolinda said, I want to learn to pull people into their best life through motivation and life coaching. Speak to people and let them know you can start where you are and be successful being your best self. Theodolinda, girl, you need to be somebody's mentor, honey. Yes. Nidra said experience is better. Oh, Cheryl, you want to flip homes. That is so doable. Yes. And then you say you like design. Oh, yeah. You mean house design? That's awesome. Michelle said she thinks the difference, which better depends on how you learn regarding experiences versus mentoring. Nicole said mentoring. You need both. You need both. Yes. So, and Candace said the same thing that Cheryl said. So you all might want to talk. She said, oh, yeah, and Trika loves decorating. Oh, wow. You guys love like stuff that's similar. We might have to start like a success circle business or something. So which one is better, experience or mentoring? The answer is mentoring. Now, you need both. That I agree with everybody. You need both experience and mentoring. But there has been countless studies that showed learning from a mentor maximizes and actually speeds up your learning. It's like your mentor has gone through the pains of the experience. And so they're just going to tell you. You don't have to go through all the pains that the mentor has gone through, because your mentor is going to help and guide you to do it. So it accelerates your learning. So mentoring is very powerful. It's more powerful than learning from experience. Nidra says she loves helping children. Yes, Nidra, we're waiting on that daycare center. Vanessa wants to teach people to take care of themselves through holistic living. Ooh, yes, I need to contact Vanessa. She's going to get us together. I'm glad, Michelle. Yes. Oh, I just love learning about what you guys are passionate about. This is so amazing. So, yes, so that's why I'm talking about mentoring. And I actually have a couple of statistics around mentoring. So listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. It says 71% of Fortune 500 companies have mentoring programs. Why? Because investing in mentoring pays off in performance, productivity, and innovation. Now, these Fortune 500 companies are not investing in giving their employees experience. They're investing in mentoring programs. Mentoring makes things more productive. They help innovate faster and they help move faster. If you see a well-oiled machine of a corporation, it's because the infrastructure includes mentors, leadership that has mentors. So also they did a 5-year study of 1,000 employees. So they did a 5-year study of 1,000 employees, people who work in these companies, right? 25% of the employees who enrolled in the mentoring program had a salary grade change, compared to only 5% of workers who did not participate. Oh my gosh, this is so powerful. 25% of the employees who participated in the mentoring program made more money. They made more money than the people who did not. The mentees in organizations are promoted 5 times more often than those not in a mentoring program. They're promoted more when they have a mentor. Retention rates are higher for mentees and mentors, higher than for employees who did not participate in a mentoring program. So they will stay in an organization if they're part of a mentor/mentee program. Look how powerful that is. What do you think about that? And then they also talked about research. They said, now check this out. Any millennials on here? Millennials intending to stay with their organization for more than 5 years are twice as likely to have a mentor, 68%, than not, 32%. Participants are 40% more likely to achieve their goals if they write them down. This increases to 70% of the goals that are shared with someone to keep them accountable. So not only do participants achieve their goals more, but it's because they write their goals down and then they go tell their mentor about their goals. What was your life work last week, y'all? Find somebody, tell them your goals. You're more likely to do it. And then lastly, 89% of those mentored go on to mentor others themselves, contributing to a culture of learning and mentors. 89%, almost 100% of people who have been mentored, they go on to be mentors themselves. Oh my gosh, y'all. That statistically is crazy high. And most of us don't even think about mentors in our lives. They don't. And I'm sorry, y'all. I got an emergency call coming in. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, y'all. Okay. So you might say, well, what's the difference between mentoring and coaching? Because I'm a coach. I'm a life coach. Am I a mentor? So I just found this quick little diagram that tells you the difference. So a coach is shorter and defined. A mentor is long-term. Remember I said choose somebody who's going to know you for a long time. It's long-term and even infinite. A coach, they have structure and they're measured. Like here, I'm structuring you. I'm doing lessons. I'm telling you to do life work. Like I'm pushing you. But a mentor, that's like informal and that's needed. You call on them when you want to get direction. And then coaching is focused on specific development issues, like helping you develop. Like here, we're trying to reach our destiny. So I'm focused on helping you do that. Whereas a mentor is focused on career and personal development. And then both have commitment, knowledge, and they both listen to you. So I am a coach. We are meeting for 10 weeks. It is very short. But if I'm your mentor, we have a relationship and I'm in your life for a very long time. And you can call on me about anything. And I'm going to give you all that I have, because I don't want you to go through the experience, because that's going to take too long. I'm just going to tell you exactly how to do it, and you go do it, and that will accelerate your learning. You see the difference between coach? A coach is temporary. A coach is like a jump start. It's going to jump start you into whatever you want to do. But that mentor takes you through life, and they stay with you, and they're steady. So, yeah. Yes, Trika's going to be a life coach. Woohoo! Trika, we got a lot to talk about. Another question, Karen says, can you have more than one accountability partner? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to take your list and say, I want an accountability partner for my career, and then I want a separate accountability partner for my money, you do not have to have one accountability partner. For some people, having more than one is too much. But if you have more than one, and you don't even have to have more just one mentor. You can have more than one mentor in the different areas of your life. And speaking of that, I researched mentors and found out that there's 7 types. So get your pen out. There's 7 types of mentors. So you might have all 7 of these types in your life. Adrian's in school to become a life coach as well. You'll be certified in October. Oh, we're going to have a party for Adrian. That's amazing. All my fellow life coaches on here. Yes, we have a lot to talk about. All right. So these are the 7 types of mentors, y'all. Traditional. This is the one we all think of when we think of a mentor. Somebody who's older, more experienced than us, more wise than us. Oh, and we're going to talk about that, Karen, how to find a good mentor. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Then there is a reverse mentor. Have you ever heard of a reverse mentor? I never heard of it before this. But it is a younger person with more experience who can teach you. So a traditional mentor is older, wiser. A younger person, they may be not wiser than you in some areas, but in a specific area that you need them and you need their advice, they're called reverse mentors, a younger person younger than you. A peer mentor is someone who's the same age as you. So they're probably your friends. Like you're probably your friends or people your same age that's doing what you wish you can do. Oh my gosh, do I have lipstick on my teeth again? Sorry. You're probably doing what you wish you could do. Aspirational mentors. Who's your aspirational mentor? Somebody that just, when you see them, it's like, oh my gosh, they're so inspiring. Like I love Angela Davis. When I see her, I'm like, Angela Davis. I love Oprah. When I see her, I'm just inspired. I'm just inspired with some of these people. When I see Beyonce and just like everything, how hard she works, she just inspires me. Who's your aspirational mentor? Then there's practical mentors who gives you practical advice, like how to do this for real. The realistic way. That's your practical mentor. And then you have a coping mentor, someone who helps you cope and vent. So this person knows all of your pains, and they don't judge you for it. They just listen to you. And the last one is an identity mentor, someone who you identify with. And it could be your gender. It could be your age. It could be your race. It could be your sexual orientation. It's somebody who you identify with that helps you learn more about yourself and the community. Okay? So these are the types of mentors. Did you know there was this many types of mentors? I had no idea. In the book, however, I talk about 3 more. So this is 7, and I'm about to give you 3 more. You had 10 different types of mentors when you leave here. Like, wow. So these are the ones I talk about in the book. And you can draw these. You can take your pen out and draw the triangle, the rectangle, and the oval. And I said, mentors are all around. So Karen asked, well, what's a good mentor? First of all, it's someone that you trust and who's reliable. Someone who does not judge you or put you down or say harsh words to you or make you feel like that word that I'm not going to say. If they make you feel horrible when you talk to them, that's not a mentor. And they might even say, I'm just saying this because I don't want to, but it's about how they make you feel. A mentor should always make you feel encouraged and powerful, even when they're telling you something you don't like. Even when they're telling you something that's critical, that's hard. A mentor is someone who you know, even if they're critical of you, is coming out of a place of love. If it's not coming out of a place of love, don't use that person as a mentor. And you might say, I'm not sure if it's coming out of a place of love or not. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have intuition. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to their expectations and their intentions. They'll tell you whether they're worthy to be your mentor or not. All right. So in the book, I talked about focused mentors. So in this triangle, I want you to write, I need a pen. Let me use this one. I want you to write never met. A focused mentor is somebody you have never met before. All right. So for me, I didn't have a mentor for a long time. So I had to create a mentor for myself. So I looked at people on TV and at some point I've just latched on to Oprah for whatever reason. And I started reading about her life. I know everything about Oprah. I've been reading about her life, her biography, how she grew up, her struggles, her mindset about her money, her mindset about her relationships, the good and the bad, right? Like, does she have issues with Black men? Because she's been doing some stuff about Black men. Like, I have been listening to, she's human, so she's not going to do everything right. But I've never, ever met Oprah, but she's been such a powerful, influence in my life. And I've never met her. That's a focused mentor. You can focus on them. So for you all who don't have a person in your life that you can trust with this very important thing, try to find someone who you never met. In the book, I talk about John Maxwell. John Maxwell is a coach. He is a coach of leaders, of CEOs, leadership. I have all of his books. I've never met John Maxwell before, but I have read almost all of his books. He's my focus mentor as well. Now let's move on to direct mentor. In this space, I want you to write in my life constantly. In my life constantly. Oh, Laurel, you are so funny. Tell me those are Greek letters. Ooh. That is so funny. That's right. Delta Sigma Theta. That's so good. Good observation. So direct. In my life constantly. And I got my colors on. Laurel, you better go, girl. In my life constantly. So a direct mentor is someone that you see. Might be your grandmother, might be a best friend of yours, might be your husband or your wife or your partner, maybe one of your children. Let me tell you something. My daughter, she is 20, and she has taught me so much about life, and she's taught me about some mindsets that I needed to question about myself. My daughter, she's 20. She's my reverse mentor because I learned so much about her mindset and how she thinks. And she's a very powerful young lady. And I listen to my daughter. So she's a reverse mentor for me. And she is also a direct mentor for me because I see my daughter every single day, probably more than I want to right now. But She's a direct mentor. So who's a direct mentor in your life? And lastly, indirect. So I'm going to write this in the middle of that one. All right, and this one you write this. Someone who is not too close or far. Someone who is not too close or far. So this person is far from you. You've never met them, right? This person is really close to you. This person, they're not really close to you, but you've probably met them before, maybe once or twice. That's the indirect person. An indirect mentor is someone that's in your life. They're kind of close to you. Maybe they work at your job, or maybe they go to your church, or maybe they're part of your association. Maybe they're the president of your sorority. So an indirect mentor is someone that you can aspire to be. They motivate you. You talk to them occasionally. You see in real time like what they're doing, but you can't really touch them. I mean, I can be considered an indirect mentor to you because you've never met me physically, but I'm not in your life every day, but I'm not too far and I'm not too close. You see me every Saturday. I mean, I can be an indirect mentor to you. So that's the definition of an indirect mentor. Now, your goal can be to make this indirect mentor a direct mentor by trying to engage them in a conversation. I mean, I did that one time. I admired a lady at work. I thought she was just a strong woman, and I reached out to her and asked her to be my mentor. So even though she was indirect for me, I reached out to her to ask her to be my direct. So you can do that too. All right. So you ready to do an activity? We're going to do our activity, y'all. And then we're going to get our life work. And then I'm going to do another giveaway. I'm going to do another giveaway. You know what? I was like, should I do giveaways? Because I don't want to give something away every Saturday. But I just love doing them, y'all. I love doing it. So you're going to get a question. And if you answer it, you're going to get the prize. And the prizes, if you notice, are all centered around our learning for the day. Okay. So I want you to draw this. This is the activity we're about to do. Bam. That's you. As you can see, I need a little work in my drawing skills, but that's all right. She's still cute. Cuteness squad, Trika. She's still part of the cuteness squad, okay? So this is me. Draw you in the middle, and you're going to create a cross and an X, and then add some more, because this is your mentor circle. This answers the question. Somebody asked earlier, can you have more than one accountability partner? Yes, and yes. You can also have more than one mentor. And so you can have a mentor in all 10 of these areas. So this is your mentor circle. So we're going to fill this out together. That's you. This is me. And these are going to be all my mentors that I want to seek out. Okay. So you're not going to write names in here now, because you have to think about whose names you want to. We're just going to write the types in here. So where's my... The first one I want you to write is this one. Traditional. Write that down. Traditional. You want to find somebody to be your traditional mentor. And guess what? You can put a person's name in more than one of these spots. You may have one person that incorporates all of this. You're going to put their name in every spot. You may have 2 or 3 people. So you might have one person in 3 spots, one person in 4 spots. You're just going to write their names, okay? The next one is reverse. A reverse mentor is someone younger than you. So I will put my daughter here. I will put my daughter Samaya here, reverse mentor. You're going to put peer mentor, someone who's your age. You're going to put someone who's your age here. And then here you're going to put, the next one you're going to put is aspirational. Who inspires you? And you may or may not know them. Okay? Who inspires you? Then you have this one. Practical. Who can you go to get step-by-step instructions that's going to tell you the real deal, but in a loving way? That's your practical mentor, right? Practical. Then I want you to write coping. Your coping mentor. That is the person who you can tell all your secrets to. You can tell them your frustrations and they won't judge you and they won't gossip about you. You can just trust them. Who's that? The next one is identity. Identity. Who's your identity mentor? Someone who tells you more about yourself and more about your community. Who is that person? Who do you relate to identity-wise? Now we're going to move to the ones from the book. Who's your focused mentor? Someone you never met, but you can study and learn from them. And it could be the same person as your aspirational. Your aspirational mentor and your focused mentor might be the same person. Remember, you can put the same names on here. All right. The next one was direct. Who's your direct mentor? Direct. Someone that's close to you that you talk to every single day, grandma, a friend, a coworker, your spouse. Who's your direct mentor? And again, it may be your daughter like me, and she's a reverse mentor. So I will put her here, and I will also put her here. And that's indirect. Who's your indirect mentor? Okay, indirect. That doesn't look like indirect. Indirect. Okay, so I think that's 10. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 10. So then that leaves room for you to create your own categories. What are your own categories of mentors? Think about your life web. Do you have categories in your life web where you want to find mentors? So for me, in my life web, I want to find a career mentor. I want to find a career mentor, somebody who's going to help me transition into entrepreneurship. Who's that going to be? I also want to find a health mentor. Who's going to guide me in the correct health, the correct way to eat? Who should I run to when I need to understand the importance of exercise? I want to find a mentor in that area. I also want to find a mentor in the area of money. Who's my money mentor? Like I told you before, I love the budget mom. So I can use her, I can study her method, and she can become my money mentor. My money mentor. And lastly, according to my web, let me go back to my web. I'm going to put spiritual. Who's my spiritual mentor? Like my pastor. Now look at me. At first, I was all by myself on this page. I was all by myself on this page. Now look at my village I created. Look at my village. Look at my village. Look at my circle. Look at my success circle, y'all. You just created a powerful web of just knowledge, wisdom, learning. You think you're not going to get catapulted into a new direction? You think you're not going to just change your mindset and shift gears with all of this type of help? You think you're not going to get a promotion and make more money? What? You look at all these people you got around you for advice, for knowledge. You don't need the experience first. Go to that mentor first and say, hey, I'm trying to write a book. Can you tell me how you wrote your book? Now, the mentor probably took 2-3 years to write the book. They about to tell you in 5 minutes how to write a book. In 5 minutes, how to write a book. That's the power of a mentor, y'all. Who's your mentor? You just created your mentor circle. Woo! I'm so proud of you. Woo, you did it. We are done. Wasn't that amazing? Comment below if you enjoyed learning about learning, failure, mentorship, and you are just empowered to be your best self. Can you comment below? Let me know you are with me on this one. We got to go back and now write everybody's names on here. That might take a while, and that's okay, because this is something you don't want to play with this. You want to put the right people on your circle, the right people, and get rid of everybody else that's not supposed to be on your circle. If they're not serving in these areas, what's their purpose in your life? If they're not serving in these areas, what's their purpose in life? Okay? All right, so just think about that too. All right, so you have life work for next week. Next week, we're moving into life leadership. And look, we're almost done. We're almost done. And next week, we're going to talk about how to be your own CEO of your own life. How to be a CEO of your life. How to be the leader of your own life corporation. We're going to talk about that. Okay? We're going to talk about that next time. Woo! Adrian said, should we direct in asking people that we admire but don't know well to be our mentor? So yes, Adrian, nothing beats a failure but a try. So just ask them. I did not tell you whether the lady that I asked said yes or no. So I asked the lady to be my mentor, and she said no. I think she said no, because I don't think she ever became my mentor. I don't know what she said, but it didn't work out. But I don't care about that. The fact that I went out and asked her was I took a risk on my part, and it didn't work out. But I know failure is just learning. So I didn't take anything personal. Y'all stop taking stuff personal when it doesn't go right. Stop taking it personal. If you do something and it doesn't go right, that's just God telling you to go in another direction. So don't spend your time, woe is me, I asked her to be my mentor and she said no. No. Okay, she said no. That means she's not the right one. Shift gears. Shift gears. Okay, so yes, ask. And if that person does not respond, if they say no, then that's a signal from God that is not the right person. The right person is going to be happy to invest in you. So if they say no, then shift and go into a new direction. And yes, you should be direct in asking. Yeah, and just do it nicely. Don't be like, yo, I need you to be my mentor right now. What's up? I'm just saying. Yeah, just ask them and say, hey, I'm looking for some advice in this area. I really admire what you do. I was wondering if you can be a mentor for me in this area. Let me know if you're interested. See, that's direct. And they're going to say yes or no. Okay? Listen to Lakisha, babe. Babe, you're so funny. Michelle says, when one door closes, go knock on another. That is right. That is right. There's plenty of doors. You are a door. There's doors everywhere. Every person on this planet is a door. So if that door is closed, go to that person over there, because that door is open. Everybody on this planet is a door. Okay? So you are a door, and it could open or close, open and close. And I thank God for a lot of my closed doors. I really do. I was like, Lord, you helped me dodge a bullet. You helped me dodge a bullet. I'm so glad that door was closed. Doors closing on you does not mean you failed. It means you have to go seek an open door. All right, here's your life work. Screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. This one's fun. You're going to think of 3 ways to celebrate yourself. Plan to do all 3 of those things this week. So Candace, look, I didn't even know it was your birthday. Candace, what are the 3 ways you're going to celebrate your birthday, Candace? Think of 3 ways to celebrate yourself. Plan to do all 3 this week. All right. I want you to we have been going through so much, you all, as a people, as a society. Give yourself grace and have fun. Do something fun and do 3 things, not just 1. All right, I'm going to ask you in the Facebook group, go to the Facebook group. You want to tell me how you want to celebrate yourself. I'm going to ask you and put this in the Facebook group. And at the bottom of this, tell me how you're going to celebrate yourself, okay? Yes, it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. All right, now here comes the giveaway. Here comes the giveaway. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so this giveaway is a digital one too. Let's see. Michelle, are you still there? Oh my gosh, I need a question. Oh yeah, there you are, Michelle. Michelle, give us a question. Michelle's going to put a question in the chat. I know she's like, oh, Lord, what should I put? She's going to put a question in the chat. The first person who gets it right is going to get this prize. So Michelle's going to ask you a question. It may be from this one. It may be from the last one. Because I was trying to think about a question all day. I couldn't think of a question. Michelle, can you think of a question? You're good at that. The first person that answers Michelle's question correctly is going to get the giveaway. I had so much fun with y'all today. I can't wait to see how you celebrate yourself. And you can start today. You do not have to wait till Monday. Start today to celebrate yourself. What do you like to do? Like to celebrate myself? I like to go get some crab legs and go watch a nice Christmas movie. So I might just do that today. All right, and I know it's a little lag time on here. And I'm excited about the giveaway. Our giveaways are going to be based on our learning. So it's going to be based on your learning today. So excited. Thank you for hanging out with me, y'all. I love doing this. And I love hearing about what you like. We got architects, designers, real estate agents, life coaches. We got all kinds of people on here, y'all. All right, Michelle, I'm waiting on you to do the question. I don't see it in there yet. I'll wait 1 second. You might already see the question. It's just on my end is a lag. The first person to list 6 types of mentors. Go, 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 go. List 6 types of mentors. Go, 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 go. The first person to list 6 types of mentors will get the prize. Okay, so Bev put, okay, Theodore, Linda, Erica. I don't know who was first. Oh my gosh, it looked like they posted all at the same time. Traditional, reverse, peer, aspirational, practical, coping, identity. That's right. Focus, direct, indirect, traditional, peer, practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, Erica posted all 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Theodore Linda got 6. Oh, Erica got it. Erica got it. Okay. Congratulations, Erica. You won. Yay. I'm so excited for you. Okay, Erica, I am sending you something from Amazon, okay? So I'm going to have to get your home address. You're going to have to direct message me on Instagram your home address so I can mail this to you from Amazon. It is, and we're talking about learning today, so it is a book called Fantastic Failures, the story of people who changed the world falling down first. So look, it's a book about focused mentors you have not met, and they failed fantastically. They got a big old F. Look at that. So I had to take a picture of the book from Amazon. So you're actually going to get this book from me in the mail. Fantastic Failures. And they have good people in here. They have Nelson Mandela in here. They have Albert Einstein in here. And all of these people have failed miserably, but they ended up changing the world. So failure is not a bad thing. Failure helps you change the world. Isn't that a different way to look at it? Isn't that a different way to look at it? So congratulations, Erica. You got the prize today. I enjoyed everybody so much today. Thank you so much, Success Circle, for coming. Please check the Facebook group throughout the week. I am posting in there every day. So, and it's encouragement. It's fun. We've been talking to each other. So make sure you go to the Facebook group. I will see you next week for day 7. Oh my gosh, day 7. And we're going to talk about life leadership, being the CEO of your life. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed Saturday, and I will see you next time. Bye now.